Assalamualaikum and good morning to all participants who joined our career talk today. It is my pleasure to be the moderator for this program. I am Aina Izzati on behalf of Accounting Student Society. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our panel, also our alumni members, and all students. We appreciate you taking time off your busy schedule to join us today. We hope you will learn a lot today because we have lined up topics for this time to be fruitful and engaging for you. For your information, our program today is joint collaboration with Human Resource Management Student Association, and we are partnering up with the Malaysian Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrator Maicsa. Before we proceed, let us begin with this talk session with doa that will be conducted by Saudara Hafizul.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. Allahumma inna khalaqal azim, innaka sami'un alim, innaka ghafurur rahim, innaka rabbul arsyil azim, innaka al-barrul jawadul karim. Ya Allah, Engkaulah yang mempunyai segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kepujian, Engkaulah yang berhak menerima segala kesyukuran, Engkaulah yang memiliki segala pemerintahan. Di tangan Engkau segala kebajikan, kepada Engkaulah kembali segala urusan. Allahumma ya Karim ya Rahim, Bismillah Rahmanirrahim. Ke atas majlis Career Talk Chartered Governance Qualifying Program yang diadakan pada hari ini, berkatilah ia dari awal hingga akhirnya. Rabbana alaika tawakkalna wa ilaka anabna wa ilakal masir. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa sallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Amin.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you Hafizul for the doa recitation. Before starting our webinar today, I would like to go over a few items for today's event. To all students, e-certificate is provided to all students who attend this career talk, and the link will be given at the end of this session. Without further ado, let me introduce our amazing speaker for today. Our first panel is Puan Haslinda bin Wan Yusof, and she is the Vice President of Maicsa. And the second panel for today is Puan Rohani Aziz. She is a Senior Officer from the Department Student and Education Maicsa. We will proceed with Puan Haslinda first to share about career as a company secretary. The stage is yours.
Hello, hi Aina. This is Aini. Hi Aina.
Yes?
Okay. Just to let you know that Puan Haslinda will be a little bit late because according to her, just give her time is about 9:35. Are you okay with that?
Yes. So that I will proceed with Puan Rohani.
I think according to her, she will be talking first and later followed by me. Is it okay? Just a few.
Oh yes, can.
Just a few minutes. Just a few minutes. Give her a moment.
Sorry, wait. Give me a moment, okay?
Okay.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you. So sing along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken travy, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. It's just the last girl that played me left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Let's go! If I was an old school 50-pound boombox, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops and crank it higher every time they told you to stop? And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me when you have to purchase Mad D batteries. Appreciate every mixtape your friends make. You never know, we come and go like on the interstate. I think I finally found a note to make you understand. If you can hit it, sing along and take me by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. You know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
For students who have not registered, you guys may register with the given link in the chat box.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken travy, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. It's just the last girl that played me left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Let's go! If I was an old school 50-pound boombox, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops and crank it higher every time they told you to stop? And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me when you have to purchase Mad D batteries. Appreciate every mixtape your friends make. You never know, we come and go like on the interstate. I think I finally found a note to make you understand. If you can hit it, sing along and take me by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. You know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo. good music can be so hard to find. So hard.
To all students, e-certificate will be provided who attend this career talk, but make sure you guys register yourself in the link given.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Oh, oh. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Class heroes, baby. If I was just another dusty record on the shelf, would you blow me off and play me like everybody else? If I asked you to scratch my back, could you manage that? Like if we had chicken trappy, I can handle that. Furthermore, I apologize for any skipping tracks. This is the last girl that played me, left a couple cracks. I used to, now I'm over that. Cause holding grudges over love is ancient artifacts. If I could only find a note to make you understand, I sing it softly in your ear and grab you by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. And know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Oh, oh. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
Let's go! If I was an old school 50-pound boombox, would you hold me on your shoulder wherever you walk? Would you turn my volume up in front of the cops and crank it higher every time they told you to stop? And all I ask is that you don't get mad at me when you have to purchase Mad D batteries. Appreciate every mixtape your friends make. You never know, we come and go like on the interstate. I think I finally found a note to make you understand. If you can hit it, sing along and take me by the hands. Keep me stuck inside your head like your favorite tune. You know my heart's a stereo, the only place for you.
My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Oh, oh. Make me your radio and turn me up. So sing along to my stereo. Because good music can be so hard to find.
So hard to find.
I'll take your hand and hold it closer to mine.
Yeah.
Our love was there, but now you're changing my mind. My heart's a stereo, it beats for you, so listen close. Hear my thoughts in every note. Oh, oh, oh. Make me your radio and turn me up when you feel low. This melody was meant for you, so sing along to my stereo.
It's your boy Travi. Gym class heroes, baby. Yeah.
Hi, Aina. Hi, Aina. Aina, I believe the speaker is already in.
Yes?
I believe the speaker is already in. I think we shall proceed with the speaker one, Puan Wan Haslinda, to deliver the talk.
Oh, alright.
Okay, over to you.
Okay, I will proceed. We will proceed with Puan Haslinda to share about career as a company secretary. The stage is yours.
Yeah, Assalamualaikum and good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you all hear me?
yes, clearly.
Yes, can.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you can make the slide a bit bigger. The slide presentation. Yes. Okay. Alright. So you all will be controlling the slide from there, yeah? So I don't have to share. Who's sharing the slide?
Me.
Your name, please.
My name is Nadia.
Okay, Nadia, can you please go to the first slide?
Okay, sure.
Okay, all right. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Thank you for your time, for taking time to join this talk about the role of company secretary and also our program, Cgqp, Chartered Governance Qualifying Program. I'm not sure whether any introduction is given just now, but just for your information, I'm a member of Maicsa. I'm now a practicing company secretary. I'm an external company secretary, practicing. Before you can practice as a company secretary or before you can act as company secretary, you have to be a member of a professional body. So here I am. I'm a member of Maicsa. I have a license. I have a practicing license from SSM. All right. So let me share with you why you should consider company secretary as your profession, and also company secretary roles as governance professionals. All right. So let me start first with this. Next slide, please. What is a secretary? Of course, secretary comes from the word secret, right? And secretary is a secretary to an individual, or a person. So a secretary handle that person schedule, coordinate that person meeting schedule, organize his files, answer your phone calls. Okay, so it's administration of the person. Okay, um, but the company secretary is a secretary to a company. So these are the difference between secretary and company secretary. Right? Next, please. Okay. So as a company secretary, you are actually with the board. All right. You are not part of the management. You are also not a CEO. All right. But you are with the board of directors. So your roles and functions as company secretary is huge because you are with the board at the strategic level itself. Okay, next please. Okay, in a company, as you all know, in a company, very important is a company secretary. Before even you start a company, you got to have a company secretary, because company secretary will advise you on how to incorporate a company, what are the requirements to incorporate a company. So basically to start a company, shareholders, owners of company, they have a capital, so they say okay, they want to do this business. So they want to set up the company, so they go and see a company secretary. So the company secretary will advise how to incorporate a company. What is the name of the company? What is the nature of business of the company? Who are the directors? Who are the shareholders? What are the shareholdings? Let's say you have 2%, whether both person 50%, or 70-30 or 60-40, the distribution of the shareholding. So characters in the company, of course, company secretary is the starting point where the shareholders, the owners, shareholder is the owner of the company, will go and see the company secretary to get or to obtain advice on how to incorporate company. So once the company, once they decided, okay, they want to do a business, this business and this is the company. Okay, for example, ABC Senyum Berhad. Then the company secretary will say, who are your directors? Okay, so in a Senyum Berhad or in a private limited company, directors and shareholders are the same people. Okay, but the law point of view, directors and shareholders are separate person. Although they are most of the time in a private limited company, although most of the time they are the same person, but as per the law, we look at directors and shareholders as a separate entity. Okay, separate person. Right? So shareholders putting in the capital, they set up the company and they appoint directors to manage the company or to run the company, where the directors will then make sure that whatever they do is for the interest of the shareholders. Okay, as directors, they will then appoint a management or CEO and the management to run the company on day-to-day basis. So director, they don't get involved in day-to-day management. They appoint another person, which is the CEO, head of company, and the management to run the company. All right. Of course, in the private company, Senyum Berhad, the management or the head of the company, the CEO, can be the director as well. Okay. Right. So you have shareholders, directors, CEO, and management. Of course, auditors. Before you appoint auditors, you need to have your accountant. All right. So your accountant will prepare the monthly accounts. Then at the end of the year, you have to finalize the accounts, yearly accounts. Then auditor will come in to audit your accounts. All right. Once your accounts is audited, then it will be approved by the board. Then it will be circulated to the shareholders. Then it will be given to the company secretary to submit to SSM, Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia. Alright. Of course, liquidator here, no companies want to appoint liquidator, but if no choice, they have to appoint liquidator. But the moment you appoint liquidator, meaning you want to close your company, it's end of your company. So you appoint liquidator to liquidate the company, to close the company. Stakeholder is not a shareholders, but they have interest in the company. Who are stakeholder? Examples, your supplier, government. Okay, supplier, why they have interest? Because they supply the products, for example, stationeries, etc., etc. So why they have interest? Because why they want your company to be successful or to still exist, because why then only you are able to pay them, because when they supply, of course they want the payment. So that is the interest that they have in the company. Of course, government also a stakeholder, because why? When the company make profit, the company will pay corporate tax. So the corporate tax meaning the government have interest lah. Alright. So these are the characters, main characters in a company. Alright. Next, please. Okay, let me move on to Chartered Secretary. What is Chartered Secretary? Chartered Secretary is also a company secretary. But what is the difference? Okay, so Chartered Secretary, you can only call yourself as Chartered Secretary if you complete your Cgqp, which Pak Rohani will share with you later on, the program, Corporate Governance Qualifying Program. So once you complete your exam, once you complete your Cgqp, then you can call yourself as Chartered Secretary. Yeah, but if you don't have this qualification, let's say you have the experience, you have your degree, and then you want to become company secretary, you have a necessary experience, you can call yourself as company secretary, but you cannot call yourself as a Chartered Secretary. All right. So once you pass your Cgqp, then you call yourself as a graduate or grad ICSA, okay, or grad Cgqp. Then you upgrade yourself to associate, from graduate to associate. The moment you become associate member, you can act as company secretary and you can call yourself as a Chartered Secretary. All right. Next, please. Okay, later Puan Rani will share with you more details on this. Cgqp is internationally recognized. Yeah? So started basically last time we call ourselves as ICSA, the Chartered the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, ICSA. But in 2019, we have changed our name to Chartered Governance Institute, CGI, because we are transforming ourselves from Chartered Secretary to Chartered Governance Professionals. So we want to expand our role from just a traditional company secretary to a Chartered Governance. Yeah? So that is why our institute, International Institute, has changed their name. So Malaysia, we will also moving towards that. Okay. All right. Next, please. So next, please. All right. So this qualification, Cgqp, is recognized internationally. So basically, the qualification, for example, if you want to work outside Malaysia, you want to work in Hong Kong, you want to work in New Zealand or Australia or Singapore, the qualification is recognized. Okay, it's not just recognized in Malaysia, but it's also recognized internationally. All right. So in Malaysia, we call ourselves as Maicsa, Malaysian Institute of Chartered Secretary, and we are located in Boulevard. All right. So currently we have about 4,200 members, comprising of fellow associates and graduates, and about 1,800 students in Malaysia. All right. Next, please. All right, so to become company secretary, what you need to have, apart from having the qualification, you also need to meet the requirement of course, you need to be 18 years old. I'm sure all of you, once you finish your degree, you will be definitely more than 18 years old. Natural person, of course. If you are not Malaysian, if you are foreigners, you can still act as company secretary in Malaysia as long as you have your principal place of residence in Malaysia. That means you stay here more than you stay in your home country. Yeah, that means you are paying tax here. You are tax resident. Okay. Of course, you have to be member of a professional body, Maicsa. Okay. And next, please. And apart from that, you also need to apply. Once you have your ICAC qualification, you become associate member. Before you can act as company secretary, you got to write into SSM to apply for your practicing certificate license under section 241. Yeah, this is a new requirement by SSM. Okay, next please. Next slide, please. Ya. Dia tak gerak kan? Is it hang?
Nadia?
Boleh ke next slide? Am I the only one seeing the slide not moving? Or you also, Rohani?
Nadia, can you move to the next slide, please?
It's hang, I think.
It's hang.
Sorry, Miss. There is technical problem.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to share? No, you can't move to the next slide, is it? I can share if you all want to. Oh, okay. All right. Okay, so just now what I said, okay, the qualification. So once you graduated, you become associate, then you apply to SSM. Okay, and another important qualification, make sure you are not a bankruptcy. Okay, once you are bankrupt, you declare bankrupt, you can't even act as company secretary, and there will be other consequences. You can't open a bank account, you can't take any loans, car loan, house loan. So make sure before it goes to bankruptcy level, the moment you receive any letters of reminders, and they will say, oh, blacklist, they will blacklist you and whatnot, please make sure it doesn't go beyond that. Once they blacklist you, the next level will be declare you as a bankruptcy. So make sure whatever you do, okay, if you have to pay your loan, make sure you pay up the loan, yeah, and respond to their letters, because why so many students now have been blacklisted. So before it goes to bankruptcy, please make sure you respond to them. Yeah, so once you become bankrupt, it's not easy to what you call bankruptcy blacklisted before it goes to bankruptcy. Please make sure you respond to them, because once you have been declared bankrupt, it's not easy to go back to normal, because you got to pay up, you got to write in, appeal, this and that, and it will take time. And of course, when you declare bankrupt already, you can't even go overseas. Your passport will be, they will not allow you to travel, right? Okay, next please. Okay, as a company secretary, of course, you need to know about the Companies Act, Besar requirement, Secretaries Commission Act, MCCG, all that you have to know. I don't have to touch on what is the Companies Act, what not. You'll be so detailed, but overall, to be a good company secretary, you must know all this the required law and applicable law and whatnot, in order for you to carry out your duties effectively. So as a company secretary, you are also officer of the company. So when you are officer of the company, whatever the board do, you are also responsible. So it's your duty to advise the board, to comply with the law. And as a company secretary, it's also your responsibility to make sure that whatever compliance with SSM, with any other authorities, is complied with. All right. And some of the what you call other duties, such as annual return filings, event filings, that is part and parcel of duties and responsibilities of a company secretary. Okay, and apart from that, you are also advising the board. You have to attend all board meeting. At the same time, you also attend all shareholders meeting. Okay, next. Other skills that you require to become company secretary, having qualification is not enough. You must also have all these soft skills. For example, planning skills. Planning skills here means you need to plan or schedule yourself in advance. For example, if you want to organize any board meeting, if the chairman call you and say, I want to have a board meeting, you must plan correctly. What are the how many days notice period that you require to call for a board meeting, what are the agenda that you need to pass in the board meeting. You got to advise the chairman, okay, if you want to pass this resolution, whether this resolution require only board approval or it must go to the shareholders for approval. All right, and you also have to advise, okay, the board people must be circulated, so you need to liaise with the CEO or the management, top management. So all this requires planning, right? Because to convene a board meeting, you need to give the board paper, or you need to circulate the board paper to the board within a sufficient time. Cannot like, tomorrow I want to have meeting, you say, oh, okay, you can have board meeting tomorrow. No, you can't. You have to advise the chairman, Okay, in order to convene a board meeting, what need to be done? So you need to advise the chairman. All right. Okay. So communication skill, of course, communication skill you need to acquire. All right. So you must be able to express or to convey your views, your advice to the board, and you have to you must be very very diplomatic, because whatever you say, you you must make sure you didn't offend the board and the chairman, because these are all very senior people, either senior in age or senior in their experience, or senior in their position. So as a company secretary, yes, you have to advise them, but you must know how to communicate. You must be very, very diplomatic. And communication skill here is not just about you. It's not just about oral. It's also writing. In writing, so you must make sure whatever you write in the minutes, whatever you write in the resolution, are all in compliance with the law. Okay. Organizational knowledge, of course, you have to know about the company that you are the company secretary, or that you must know about the company that you are working with. So you must know what business they are doing. You have to know what is the policies of the companies, the SOPs and whatnot. Then only you will be able to advise the board. Okay. Of course, meticulous, you need to be a bit more detailed person. As a company secretary, we have to give attention to detail. Why? Because you need to be very careful person. Company secretary's work is not difficult, but you must be very, very careful. For example, you want to what you call prepare resolution. The resolution of opening a bank account. So the bank account, let's say you want to open bank account in CIMB, and then they say, okay, the signatory is this Mr. A and Mr. B, and the IC number, blah, blah, blah. But if you didn't type the IC number correctly, the bank will reject the resolution. So it's not so difficult, but you have to be very, very meticulous. Okay, very careful with your work. Right? Of course, most important is the core values. This, I think, I don't have to tell you what are core values. So these are moral values. You have to make sure that you are a person with integrity. You have to be honest. And keep secret. Although you will be the first person to have all the information, but you must make sure you have to keep all this information very confidential. Okay. Next, please. All right. So as I mentioned earlier, Cgqp or Maicsa now, we are now transforming ourselves or expanding our role, not just being a company secretary, not just being a chartered secretary, but we are now calling ourselves as chartered governance professionals. So we want to enhance our roles, not just coming for the meeting, write minute, that's it. No. When I say here enhance, meaning when you attend a meeting, you not just write minutes, but you will also share or convey the decision of the board to the management. Management here, I refer to the CEO. So the role now is more, I would say, expand lah. You have to expand the roles of company secretary. Okay, so not just merely a company secretary, but you also advise the board on corporate governance, on ESG, etc., etc. Next, please. Okay, I think corporate governance is another topic altogether. So it's very wide. Chartered governance professional, also advising the roles of a company secretary is not just limited to ensure compliance to the law or writing minutes, prepare resolution, attend board meeting. No. So I mentioned earlier, we are enhancing the role of COSEC. Okay, why? Because we are the closest to the board, and we are already advised the board on compliance and company law. So for us to transform ourselves, we need to enhance our skills and knowledge. So Maicsa is continuously coming up with training program and modules to develop and enhance the knowledge of the company secretary. All right. So if you are not qualified as chartered secretary, you can't call yourself as chartered governance professional. So you can only call yourself as governance professionals. All right. So the function and roles of chartered governance professional (CGP) is beyond compliance. Okay. So meaning it's not just about complying to the law, okay, but it's beyond the compliance that I mentioned just now. You could advise the board on best practices in governance, risk management, ethical corporate behavior. Yeah? So you advise the board to enhance the level and quality of corporate governance and the culture of the organisation. Yeah? So you advise the board on how to be more effective. Okay, next please. All right. So there's options that you can look at. Okay, as a company secretary or as a chartered secretary, you have options. Either you want to be an employee, or you can call yourself as in-house company secretary. In-house company secretary is an employee. So if you work in a big organization, they have their own secretarial department. Normally they call it as legal and secretarial department. So when you, for example, MAS or even Asia, TMB, Telecom, they are big companies. So they employ a company secretary. They have their secretarial department. So you work for them. So you are in-house company secretary, you are employee of these companies. All right. So that's one option. Another option, if you want to have your own business where you set up your own secretarial firm, once you got your associate, you graduate, become associate, then you can have your own secretarial firm where you are not employee. Okay, so all these companies, let's say you want to be a company secretary for 100 companies. So these 100 companies, you are not employee to them, but these are their client. Okay, of course, both the responsibility are the same. Okay, either you are in-house or external. Okay, if you have your own firm, you act as company secretary, you call yourself as external company secretary. Okay, whether you are in-house company secretary or you are external company secretary, the responsibilities and responsibilities are the same. Right? The only difference here is that one is you are employee, one more you are an entrepreneur. Okay, so you are the boss lah. All right, and of course, as an in-house company secretary, you are tied down with their salary package and the terms and conditions of your employment. If you have your own firm, you can whatever income is yours. You can plan. It's a business plan for you already. It's not working for a company. You are having your own business. Okay. Next, please. I think that's all from me. I hope you understand now the difference between company secretary and chartered secretary, and from chartered secretary transforming yourself or enhancing yourself as chartered governance professional. All right, and you have options whether you want to become an in-house chartered secretary or external chartered secretary, depending on your plan, whether your vision and what you want, whether you want to work or you want to have your own business. Okay, so I think Puan Rohani will share with you on how the steps to become chartered secretary. Okay, first, before even you can become chartered, you must complete your Cgqp. Puan Rohani will share with you. I think we'll take the questions once after Puan Rohani present her slide. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Puan Haslinda, for your wonderful sharing. Certainly, it will help the student in their career soon. If any of you have a question throughout the event, feel free to drop it in the chat box. Without wasting any time, we will proceed to our next speaker today. Puan Rohani Aziz will brief us about the Chartered Governance Qualification Program. Please welcome.
Thank you, Aina. Okay, thank you, Nadia. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you to UniSZA, especially Dr. Ni and team who accepted our invitation to organize today's talk. And thank you also to our speaker of the day, Miss Wan Haslinda, who's sharing her experience as a chartered secretary. And not to forget, especially our accounting student from UniSZA, for your attendance for today's talk. Before before I uh, before I elaborate further information regarding the Cgqp, I hope this is a good choice and start or option if you wish to diversify your degree qualification that you have obtained in order to become as a chartered secretary. Okay, I hope after listening to my talk, please come and join Maicsa. Okay, this is the name of the what do you call this? The program, the Chartered Governance qualifying program. All right, the next step. Okay, Chartered Governance Institute, as what's mentioned by Miss Wan as well. This is from UK, the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, the leading professional body for chartered secretaries and administrators in the UK and throughout the world since 1891. Now, the name has been changed from ICSA to Chartered Governance Institute, CGI. CGI, we have 9 divisions altogether over the world. We have the division in Canada, UK, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. Okay, before that, can I check with you? Is it I'm too fast? Because I have a very limited time before your Q&A. I think, can I just speak just like this, or is it okay?
It's okay.
It's okay.
Next slide, please. Okay, okay, membership worldwide, we have 80 countries, 3,000 members is altogether, and then 15,000 students all over the world. Maicsa actually located at Mid Valley. Yeah, if you drop by or do shopping or whatsoever, maybe you can what do you call this? See or maybe drop by our Maicsa office to have a inquiry regarding this lah. Okay. But it's a bit slow. Okay, this is the Maicsa building located at Mid Valley that I have mentioned earlier. Okay, membership. Not that so fast. Membership. Okay, membership in Malaysia we have all together, including members, students and affiliate. We have 6,020 members. Next slide. Okay, recognition, CGI, formerly known as ICSA quotient, is recognized as equivalent to an honor degree by the Public Service Department. Maicsa members are qualified to be named and act as a company secretaries upon applying to the Companies Commission of Malaysia for a practicing certificate under Section 241 of the Companies Act 2016. Maicsa members with at least 5 years tax experience are eligible to apply to become tax agent under Section 1533 of the Income Tax Act 1967. Recognition postgraduate studies, entry to postgraduate program at various UK and the US university, branching into other professional qualification, eligible for exemption from selected professional bodies. Okay, this is the MQA recognition, graduate-ship and also associate-ship member. Okay, statutory recognition, Section 2351 of Companies Act 2016, a company shall have at least one secretary. Okay, this is the number of companies registered in Malaysia. As at December, this is the total companies registered with ROC, registered of a company ROC, SSM. We call SSM. This is the company secretaries serving under public listed companies. We can see that Maicsa 60% members, followed by MIA, Max, License, MIPA, and also Bar Council. How to become member of Maicsa? Okay, first thing first, to be a Maicsa member, you have to complete the Chartered Governance Institute examination. Members annual subscription, okay, because we do have 3 categories here. Once you have completed, we call you graduate, grad ICSA or grad CG. And after that, when you have working experience, then you will upgrade, become associate. This is the level. And then the highest ranking will be fellow. The annual subscription fee per year, you need to renew once you actually become a member of Maicsa with the category. For graduate, 3 to 5 per year. Associate 385 per year, fellowship 480. Benefit as a member, dual designation as a chartered secretary and chartered governance professional. Once you have upgrade to become associate member, and then you will receive technical e-query services, a Maicsa journal, interactive website, technical bulletins, members rate for publication and training events. Okay, this is the program. There's the name of the program that Maicsa offer, Chartered Governance Qualifying Program, Cgqp. This is a program pathway where actually minimum entry requirement, you must have at least degree before you enroll the Chartered Governance Qualifying Program. Once you have completed, we call you grad CG. We at the same time also have collaborate with partner, university partner for the collaborative master program. Okay, with effect from January 2020, we have implemented the new qualifying program we call Chartered Governance Qualifying Program. We have 7 modules altogether divided into 2 levels. Level 1 consists 4 subjects. Level 2 consists 3 subjects. Level 1 would be company law, interpreting financial and accounting information, corporate governance, company secretarial practice. And level 2, we have 3. The 3 subjects will be development of strategy, risk management, and also boardroom dynamic. Okay, this is our program more market focused module, streamline law and finance module, clear route of progression. At the end of the day, you will get the 2 designation as a chartered secretary and chartered governance professional. Okay, this is the exemption where actually related degree holder, some sort like law, accounting and finance, business and management, you will get definitely law, you get 1 subject among the 7, then mean you need to complete 6 subjects to go. But accounting and finance, most probably like maximum exemption where you're entitled 3 subjects, then you still have the remaining to be completed 4 subjects. However, business and management, they might get 2, they might get 3 or some sort like that, but assessment need to be assessed based on the transcript that you have provided to us. Okay, apart from the above, the following areas of specialization may also be considered as a relevant degree. Meaning that if you have a bachelor degree in economy, commerce, risk management, corporate governance, actuarial studies, and MBA. However, non-related degree to be assessed on a case-by-case basis. Okay, fast track. This is especially for qualified lawyers and accountants who have minimum 5 years of working experience. They're actually entitled to get 5 subject exemption and required only to do 2 more papers, which are corporate governance and risk management only. This is for qualified lawyers and accountants. All right. Okay, the collaborative master program in corporate governance or CG program is offered with selected university that award successful candidate with the dual qualification of the master degree and CG status. Maicsa has collaborative master program with the following university. We have successfully collaborate with Putra Business School, University Tengku Abdul Rahman, University Technology Mara, Tengku Abdul Rahman University College, College University Polytech Mara KUPTM. Okay, this is the career prospect under the star job in demands. Maicsa actually allocated at number 18, company secretarial work. This is the top trend skill for current issue as a career prospect lah. Okay, beside that, when you actually hold a bachelor on the Cgqp qualification, ICC or Cgqp, you definitely will become chartered secretary, compliance officer, chief executive officer, corporate managers, chief corporate officer or advisor, or management consultant. Okay, this is okay. Next slide. Oh, Maicsa take pride that our student is 0% unemployed. So definitely when you have this qualification, you will get the job immediately lah. Okay, this is the salary range per annum, where actually graduate, if you are graduate, then total 30,000 to 50. Associate between 50,000 to 120. Fellow will be above 120. Fees, fast track route. Okay, we actually mentioned this for qualified lawyers and accountant. They actually need to pay 5,550. But this one inclusive of registration fee, exemption, and renewal fee for a duration of 3 years of your study. The examination fee is about 220 per sitting. Exam fee per subject 300. It is considered very cheap. New student fee, this is the where actually you enroll normal route for Cgqp, divided into 3 category, where actually we have you entitled 1 subject exemption, 4350, 2 subject exemption, 4650, maximum exemption 3 subject, 4950. But if you are actually non-related degree with no exemption, then you need to pay 4,050. This is valid for 3 years of your study. This fee actually inclusive the we will give you free access to the online, the e-learning portal for study material, so that you can study by your own. When it comes to the exam, you just sit for exam only. Okay, next slide, please. This for our existing student who actually amount to be paid lah. Not for you guys, because you are actually considered new student. Okay, this is the student learning support that we have mentioned earlier. When you register with the package fee, this is inclusive. All right. This one also same, the LMS, where actually in the LMS also you can join the forum, so that with this kind of provided, right? I think you can do self-study. All right. The same, this is the materials in the e-learning portal that you will be given to the students once you have successfully registered. Okay, this one also will be the same. Yes, will be the same. Okay, student activities. Definitely, yearly, this is the annual basis where student, we have student activities per year. We have students conference, we have leadership camp or something like that. But just to tell you that this year's students conference, we actually jointly organized with USIM, I hope that students can join our event at the end. This is like will be held most probably October or December, but the information will be disseminated to you once it is confirmed. I hope that once you actually already heard our what do you call this talk, and I hope you guys also can join our event. Okay, this is the Maicsa UiTM student conference that held last year virtually with UiTM, but this year with USIM. Okay, this is the Maicsa convocation held now 2 years one, but due to COVID-19 pandemic, we have postponed our convocation. Okay, this is the Maicsa Intensive Revision seminar or course where actually Maicsa is organizing this kind of seminar for those students who actually registered for the exam. This is for preparation for them to prepare themselves before the C exam, like 3 months before the exam. But if you wish to, what do you call this, beside the LMS that we provide, you might also join and register with the intensive revision seminar. This is held during weekend, only 8 sessions. Okay? This is the Maicsa Leadership Camp. This year also we will, since the endemic, now we call endemic already, we actually organizing the Maicsa Leadership Camp also. And at the same time, once it is confirmed, we will email to UniSZA so that you can join our leadership camp. Okay, this is the part of the activity during the leadership camp last time in year 2019. Next slide. Also same. Okay. All right. Thank you. So I hope after listening to my talk, you can join Maicsa. Over to you, Aina.
Thank you very much, Puan Rohani, for your sharing your thought with us. Next, we will continue with a questions and answer session. Meanwhile, if you have any question, feel free to drop it in the chat box. There's 2 questions to Miss Haslinda and one for Miss Rohani. To Miss Haslinda, the question is a person can be disqualified from company secretary if he or she is an undisclosed banker. What does mean by undisclosed banker? Most companies tend to outsource the secretarial part of a business. Is it a better option or having a designated secretary is better? And for Miss Rohani,
Yes.
does chartered secretary require minimum practicing experience to become one? Will I able to use Maicsa qualification to work outside Malaysia and other than UK? Miss Haslinda, you can answer first.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yes, can. A person can be disqualified from company secretary if she or he is an undisclosed banker. What does mean?
Undisclosed?
Yes, undisclosed banker. And the question is, what does mean by undisclosed banker?
Banker.
Yes.
Okay.
Most companies tend to outsource the secretarial part of a business. Is it a better option or having a designated secretary is a better?
Wait, I didn't get your question. Undisclosed banker.
Wait, I try copy and paste to the
Can you
chat
please
box because this person privately messaged to me.
undisclosed banker. Okay,
Yes.
disqualification as concept. Okay, I understand what the question is about undisclosed banker. What you mean by undisclosed banker?
I put the question in the chat box.
Hold on,
All right.
a person can be disqualified from company secretary if he or she is an undisclosed banker. What does it mean by undisclosed banker? Okay, I will come back to you on that. But I'm not sure what you mean by undisclosed banker. You see, when you are banker of a company, when you are banker, that means you are working in a bank. You of course you are employee. You see, so you can't. If you want to act as company secretary, that means you're having your own side business. Of course you can't unless you get the permission from the respective employer lah, you know. Let me come back on that. The next one, most company tend to outsource the secretarial part of a business. Is it better option or having a designated secretary is better? Most company tend to outsource the secretarial part of a business. What is this? I mean, are you saying that most company outsource their secretarial services? Is that the question? If that is the question, yes. Most companies, yes, they outsource their secretarial services. They don't have in-house, because in-house is actually the cost of having in-house more expensive. Because why? You need to, because it's your employee, yeah. So you need to pay higher salary, and definitely you can't just employ one company secretary. You need to also employ few staff. You see, you need to set up your department, secretarial department, and you will have few staff there, and not just paying the salary. There's also other benefits lah that you have to give to your employees. So having an in-house as compared to outsource, definitely in-house will be much more expensive for our company. That is why now the trend is most companies, they outsource the secretarial to another firm, you see, instead of having in-house. But some companies who are they are big companies, yes, they have in-house company secretary. So whether or not it's better option or having a designated, I don't understand. Is it better option or having a designated secretary better? I mean, I hope I answered the question just now. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Pak Haslinda. To Miss Rohani, does Chartered Secretary require minimum practicing experience to become one? We are able to use Maicsa qualification to work outside Malaysia and other than UK. I paste the answer in the chat box.
Okay, thank you, Aina. Please be informed that students who successfully complete the Cgqp will be admitted first as a graduate of the institute, and upon eligibility to upgrade as associate members, will be awarded the dual designation of Chartered Secretary and Chartered Governance Professional, and also the minimum required to become one, we just need 3 years working experience. All right. And then if you wish to work abroad, where actually transfer your membership to other division, we have mentioned a moment ago the 9 division that we mentioned. We have UK, we have CISA, Singapore, New Zealand. That one with the 9 division, you just transfer your membership by writing to the membership department lah, so that you can work the division or country that you wish to work there. Only that.
Rani?
Yes.
I think there's one more question. Is there any sponsorship program for graduate SSC?
Sponsorship. Oh, okay. At the moment, university where actually if you join the what do you call this program with UITM, you will get the peneraju from peneraju lah. So for further information regarding the sponsorship, you might call UITM if you register as a student at UITM to continue with the or pursue Cgqp program. That one we call Yayasan Peneraju, ya.
Alright.
Okay, is it I answer all?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Aina.
Alright. Okay, thank you to Pak Haslinda and Puan Rohani for answer the questions. That's it for today, everyone. We appreciate you for being there. We would like to acknowledge again the presence of our two special speakers, Puan Haslinda and Puan Rohani. We would like to thank everyone who made this webinar talk series possible. Thanks again for joining us. I am Aina Izzati and see you in the future event. Hope all of you have a nice day ahead. Before we dismiss our program, let us take a few pictures for a memento. You can open the camera.
Thank you.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, again. Where we are. Do you want to read without the poster? Just us? Okay. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, thank you everyone. Don't forget to fill in the Google form for the e-certificate purpose. Thank you and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Can I call you